This is the story of 8 American women and their journey across Africa.
We are here, Cape Town, beware!
They're moms, away from their families and traveling outside the USA for the first time.
Can't shower, you gotta go to the bathroom, there's chickens in there.
Follow them on a grueling 6-week overland tour through South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, and Zambia. They'll experience an Africa few people see. Encounter people they never thought they'd meet. Their preconceptions about Africa will be challenged.
The first thing that jumped to my mind was like Tarzan.
Some parasite that gets to your brain and eats your brain.
We heard there are no toothbrushes in Africa.
And they'll be stopping to give something back.
To the mothers.
This week, the women are exploring Cape Town, South Africa. They'll experience the international flavors of this metropolis.
You should try some wasabi.
Find courage at Table Mountain. Explore a troubled past.
This was a home of Nelson Mandela.
I guess it really got to me is how he had forgiven everybody.
And face the rigors of travel.
Get away from me.
Oh, no!
As they journey across this stunning continent. Cape Town, South Africa. Located at the tip of Africa between the Atlantic and Indian Oceans, Cape Town lures visitors with its spectacular beauty and cosmopolitan city life. The 8 very different mothers were selected from thousands of applicants.
I love Cape Town. You have the ocean, you have the mountains, you have the warm weather. So that's everything that I love, all wrapped into one city.
They each have preconceived notions of Africa that will be challenged.
I hadn't expected the thriving business economy within the townships, though I should have.
I expected a certain depression that I thought would automatically come with being poor, but they weren't.
And they all have different reasons for being here.
I'm looking forward to seeing the animals in their natural setting. That's what I'm really excited about.
I'm just going to get a greater perspective of how big the world is.
None of the women knows the details of the trip. Each day's activities are a surprise.
See, I don't care about the unexpected. I don't care. I'd love to just go.
I'm like exhausted. I'm not used to the constant moving into different places. Where am I? What day is it?
I really see it as an adventure, and I'm so happy that I don't have to plan it. I don't have to orchestrate it, organize it, do any of that. I can simply wake up each day and wonder what's it going to be like today.
Mondle, their guide, is taking the women aboard their truck, Lenin, to one of Cape Town's landmarks, Table Mountain. This national monument dominates the city. The Zulus believed Table Mountain was created to watch over the South while the world was formed.
The power of Table Mountain cannot be denied.
The women are about to challenge themselves.
What am I about to do is propel down the face of Table Mountain that faces the bay.
They must rope themselves down over a 3,000-foot drop if they can muster the courage. The thought of it is more than some can bear.
My mind right now is like all black and empty.
That's insane.
Have you ever seen? I think I just found mine.
Your fear?
Phobia. When I was a kid, I used to be wild and crazy. I did everything. I went swimming in the bay and sailing and just all this stuff. And when I got married, I just stopped.
Before they ride up, Mondle admits he's not so fearless.
I'm scared of heights.
Right.
So yeah, me and you will be
feel safe with all of us. We'll take care
yes,
of you.
Please.
You take care of us.
I always feel safe. With 8 women around me, I'm feeling very safe.
Whenever there's a new activity that requires some element of risk, then my fear comes up and I have to push myself through it. And I'm always happy that I've done that.
A cable car takes the women to the summit.
Oh my goodness.
None of the moms have ever rock climbed before, and 3 of them choose not to test themselves against the mountain.
I'm just going to sit back. I think I have a stomachache or something.
And I got to thinking, I don't have to do this. I just didn't want to take that chance of getting hurt or something.
I knew I wasn't strong enough to do it.
Hey everybody, it's Kamisha's birthday and the only thing standing in her way between here and the leap is the money.
We'll pay.
All right, well, happy birthday!
Can this thing take my weight? It can take actually an elephant weight. This one. Don't believe you.
Bring up the elephant. Come on, let's test it out.
I won't bring my elephants from my family.
Really why I'm doing it is because I promised myself I wasn't going to come all this way and turn something down.
My name is Mary Beth Leland. I'm a teacher at Richmond High School, and I run a violence prevention group there.
Dignity, have pride. Have pride in yourself, okay.
It's been a really hard year. There's been a lot of violence. There's been a couple people killed that I worked closely with. And so this journey for me is so much about how do I survive in that world. I mean, when you put yourself in a role of peacekeeper and then somebody dies, you fail. The idea of always wanting to go to Africa, I thought would give me a new perspective and a new sort of strength, maybe a deeper commitment.
What's the signal that we give you that means we are freaking out? Please come.
Stop.
Please bring us down as fast as possible.
Help!
Just say,
Help!
we're gonna say, I'm letting go of the rope, and then we're gonna say, okay, let go, and then we'll just lower you down.
Okay, thank you for your advice. What you should listen for is me going, ah! And that means everything you just said.
Mondle has made a big decision.
I want to go.
Okay.
Whoa, that's twice in one day.
I want to go.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going.
Now that Mondle and the women have made their decision, there's no turning back.
All right, guys. Just go around. Okay, walk back. I want you to put your left arm in the air. Keep it there. Put your right arm in the air.
Left now.
Yeah. How does that feel to hang 1,000 meters in the air?
Up.
All right. There's a surprise halfway down.
Oh, there's a surprise, John, a surprise!
The surprise? The mountain face ends and the women free fall for almost 300 feet.
I do not want to do this.
I've given birth. I can do this.
You're not even afraid.
Oh yeah, I'm scared. But the definition of courage is doing it even when you're afraid.
How come you're not acting afraid?
That makes it worse.
See, this is why I love her. She gives me answers all the time.
My fears are all, just overcoming the natural thing that your brain tells you, which is do not jump off that cliff.
What am I doing up here?
I was grateful that I had the courage to deal with my fear. Even if it was nothing else but, darn it, I'm competitive and those young girls are not going to outdo me. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I have no idea how I'm going to do this.
Yeah, look at the camera. Good, yeah.
No, I'm not looking at
Whatever I want to go through emotionally, it has to parallel with what I do physically. Like, that's where the real thinking and dealing and coping and figuring out comes in. So that was obviously a physical challenge, and it was scary, and there was adrenaline. And so for me, that was such a significant part of my journey.
I don't want to look down there.
No, we're not looking down. Believe me, I don't want to look down either.
Lean back. Cassie, look at me. Lean back.
As Pat and MB complete their descent, Mondle and Jackie are just taking off.
I have never, ever been that scared and gone through with something.
Slide your hand down. Keep your hand by your waist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like this?
Keep sliding your hand down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep on walking.
It is impossible to believe that you could be so afraid of something, but at the same time, get all of this enjoyment out of doing it.
So you're climbing, you're going down, and all of a sudden, you put your foot down for the next step, and there's nothing there.
And while you're there, your body just naturally starts to, move in this circular motion. And it's when you turn around that you see all of these magnificent views behind you and the ocean.
There was never a time in my life when I was that afraid and didn't back down.
Fear is just an emotion. It's not a brick wall. You can walk through it.
Yay!
Coming up,
Are you coming for political side of it?
a drag queen satire sparks division between the moms.
I want to talk politics and I want to talk about the race issues.
You know, I know there's those issues, but myself, I can't fix them.